Good afternoon, friends. My name is Miss B from the Brandywine 100 Library. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to do some 4 o'clock fairy tales and folk tales. I always like to start, though, by saying hello to my friends. I'm going to say hello with my hands. Can you say hello back? Hello, hello, it's time to gather near. Hello, hello, I'm happy you are here. Hello, hello, and how do you do? Hello, hello, I'm glad to be with you. Good job. Thank you for saying hello, and thanks for being here today. We're going to be doing a story today called The Little Red Hen. And I have my pictures over here to help. A little red hen. Right there. I have some other animals too on the board. I hope you can see them. This one, ruff, ruff, is a dog. This one, meow, is a cat. This one, quack, 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 that's the duck. So, once upon a time, a little red hen lived in the house with a dog, a cat, and a duck. They all lived together very happily. The dog liked to sleep on the floor all day. The cat liked to sleep in the sun all day. And the duck liked to sleep on the couch all day. But the little red hen liked to go out adventuring. One day, when she was out adventuring, she came upon a very, very small seed. It's a tiny grain. She looked around. There were a few tiny grains there on the ground. I could make these into bread, thought the little red hen. So she scooped them up and took them back to the little house. She asked her friends, "Who will help me plant these seeds so that we can have bread?" "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the duck. None of them wanted to help. Now, you're going to help me with this story by doing that part with me. The "not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the duck. It's just an old-fashioned way of saying not me. I'm not going to help. So when I say not I, you can shake your head no. You can also use your hands, like American Sign Language teaches us, to say not I. Not I, meaning not me. I'm not going to do it. Could you do that part with me? Not I. Okay, back to the story. When Little Red Hen came home, she asked her friends, "Who will help me plant these seeds?" Remember what the dog said? "Not I," said the dog. But the cat, "Not I," said the kitty cat. And the duck quacked. "Not I," said the duck. "Well," said the little red hen, "then I shall plant them myself." And she did. Out in the garden, she dug a hole and planted the seeds. Now she needed to take care of the seeds. The seeds had dirt. The seeds had sun. What else did the seeds need to grow? Water. Who will help me water the seeds? And who will help me pull up the weeds in the garden?" asked the little red hen. Okay, this is your part now. Ready? "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the duck. So the little red hen did it herself. She watered the seed She pulled up the weeds around it, and pretty soon a big plant had grown. Well, that big plant had plenty of seeds on it so that she could use it to make flour. Who will help me harvest the wheat? Pull it all up. Not I, said the dog. Meow. Not I, said the cat. I, said the duck. Well then, said the little red hen, I shall harvest it myself. And she did. She pulled up the wheat. She took it all the way down the street to the miller, and she asked the miller to grind it into flour. She then put the bag of flour in the wheelbarrow and headed back to her little house. When she got there, she knew it was time to mix the flour into dough. Who will help me mix this flour into dough? Asked the little red hen. You know what the dog said? Not I, said the dog. How about the cat? Not I, said the kitty cat. I used a deep voice there. How about the duck? Not I, said the duck. So the little red hen said, all right, I will make the dough myself. So she did. She took the flour, mixed in some water and salt and oil and yeast, mixed it, and patted it all together, put it in the oven to bake. There's the oven. Pretty soon there was a delicious smell coming out. She put on her oven mitts and pulled out the most delicious looking loaf of bread. Now, said the little red hen, who will help me eat this yummy bread? Do you know what those lazy friends said? I will, said the dog. I will, said the cat. Quack. I will, said the duck. They all wanted to help eat the bread. But Little Red Hen said, no, I'm sorry. You did not help plant the seeds or tend the seeds. You did not help harvest or make the dough. You did not help make this bread. So I'm going to eat this bread all myself. And that's what she did. The end. Now that's the story of the Little Red Hen, as has been told for, wow, many, many years. It's a very old English folk tale. I wanted to make sure, because it's a little hard to tell from the felt, wanted to make sure that you knew what we were talking about. When the Little Red Hen was walking, she saw some grains of wheat. These are dried out grains of wheat that I use for cooking sometimes. When she took them home, she planted them just like any other seeds. She watered them, and the sun shone on them, and they grew and grew. These are not really wheat plants, but they are plants that have a similar look to them. After the wheat grows in the garden, they pluck off the little pieces of grain at the top, grind it all up, and make it into flour. Now you might have this kind of flour in your kitchen. You can ask a grown-up to show it to you. It looks very different from the grains because it's been all ground up. It feels a little different too. The grains feel dry and a little prickly. The flour is cool and soft and powdery. When it's time to make the bread, you can mix that flour with ingredients like oil and water and salt and yeast, and you mix it into dough. Reminds me a little bit of Play-Doh, but this is the kind of dough you cook with. And after you followed all the steps in the recipe, you can cook it and slice it and get the kind of bread that you eat. That's how all bread is made eventually. We usually only see it once it's all finished in the grocery store, but you might be able to make some at your house if your grown-up has all the ingredients that you need. I don't think you'll be growing the wheat, but you might have some flour. So I want to share a little song that has to do with this fairy tale, and it's about the steps that we went through. So maybe you can help me with these steps. First, the little red hen found the seeds and planted them. Ready? This is the way we plant the seeds, plant the seeds, plant the seeds. This is the way we plant the seeds when we want to make bread. How about watering them? This is the way we water the seeds, water the seeds, water the seeds. This is the way we water the seeds when we want to make bread. Can you pull the weeds around it? This is the way we pull the reeds, pull the weeds, pull the weeds. This is the way we pull the weeds when we want to make bread. Now you do have to harvest the wheat. Pull it up gently, pull it up gently. And then you separate out the grains and you grind the grains. Can you grind the grains into flour? This is the way we grind the seeds, grind the seeds, grind the seeds. This is the way we grind the seeds when we want to make bread. Now we have flour. You mix the flour up, pour in some oil, pour in some water, sprinkle in some salt, mix in some yeast, and now you mix it up with your hands. This is the way we mix the dough, mix the dough, mix the dough. This is the way we mix the dough when we want to make bread. Another word for mixing that way with your hands is called kneading. We knead the dough. Can you try it with me? This is the way we knead the dough, knead the dough, knead the dough. This is the way we knead the dough when we want to make bread. Then you put it in the oven. You wait and wait and wait. Baking bread smells delicious. When it comes out of the oven and it sits on the counter and cools for a little while, then you can slice it and butter it and eat it all up. Ready? This is the way we eat the bread, eat the bread, eat the bread. This is the way we eat the bread when we made bread. Delicious. I love it. All right, I'm going to share one more story. This is The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. This is by Philemon Sturgis, illustrated by Amy Wallerod. And this is brought to us by Dutton Children's Books, Division of Penguin. The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. Now, the little red hen had finished her last slice of tasty loaf of bread. She sipped a cup of chickweed tea and taken her nap, and now she was hungry again. So she scratched through her cupboard and spied a can of tomato sauce. "Why don't I make a lovely little pizza?" she said to herself. She rummaged through her pan drawer. There were bread pans, cake pans, muffin pans, frying pans, all kinds of pans, but not one single pan was large and round and flat. "Bark," she said, "I need a pizza pan." So she stuck her head out the window. "Good morning," she called. "Does anybody have a pizza pan?" I see here a duck, a dog, and a cat. Can you guess what they're going to say? It's similar to what they said in the other story. Do they have a pizza pan? "Quack. Not I," said the duck. "Ruff, ruff, ruff. Not I," said the dog. "Meow. Not I," said the kitty cat. "Very well, then I'll fetch one myself," said Little Red Riding Hood. So she went to the hardware store. She bought a pizza pan, a mixing bowl, a pizza slicer, and some other stuff. When she got home, she opened the cupboard. She saw rice and beans, sugar and spice, jars of jam, and a jar of honey, and even pickled eggplant, but no flour. Cluck, she said, I need some flour. She stuck her head out the window. Hello, she said, who'll run to the store and get me some flour? You know what those friends said. Quack, not I, said the duck. Woof, not I, said the dog. Meow, not I, said the cat. Very well then, I'll fetch some myself, said the little red hen. So she went to the supermarket, she bought some flour, some salt, some oil, and some other stuff. When she got home, she opened the fridge. Cluck, she said, there's cream cheese, blue cheese, string cheese, Swiss cheese, but no mozzarella. So she stuck her head out the window. Excuse me, she said, who will go to the store and buy me mozzarella? You know what the animals said, right? Quack, not I, said the duck. Woof, not I, said the dog. Meow, not I, said the cat. Very well then, I'll fetch some myself, said Little Red Hen. So the Little Red Hen went to the delicatessen, the deli. She bought some mozzarella, some pepperoni and olives, some mushrooms, onions, garlics, a can of 8 small anchovy, and some other stuff. She did not buy the pickled eggplant. Remember, she already had some. When she got home, the Little Red Hen put on her apron, stuck her head out the window, and asked, Good afternoon, she said. Who will help me make the pizza dough? Do you think those friends are going to help her make the pizza dough? I don't think so either, just like in the last story. Let's see what they said. Who will help me make some pizza dough? Quack! Not I, said the duck. Woof! Not I, said the dog. Meow! Not I, said the cat. Very well then, I'll make it myself, said the Little Red Hen. So she put the flour and some other stuff into her mixing bowl and stirred and mixed and mixed and kneaded and pounded until she had a big ball of pizza dough. Oh, like we kneaded. Kneaded. After the dough rose, the Little Red Hen rolled it flat and folded it many times and rolled it again. She even spun it around her head. That's how fancy pizza makers do it. When the dough was just right, she tossed it way up in the air one last time for good luck and put it on her pizza pan. Then she stuck her head out the window. Excuse me, she said. Who will help me make the toppings? You know what the animals said. Quack! Not I, said the duck. Meow! Not I, said the cat. Woof! Not I, said the dog. Very well then, I'll make it myself, said the Little Red Hen. So she chopped and grated and sliced. She opened her can of tomato sauce and spread it all over the pizza dough. On top of that, she put grated mozzarella, some sliced pepperoni, chopped olives, some mushrooms, onions, garlic, 8 small anchovies, and some other stuff. Not pickled eggplant. The Little Red Hen looked at her pizza. It looked just right. So she put it in the oven and sat down to sip her chicky tea. Pretty soon a delicious smell drifted from the oven. It filled the room and floated out the window. My lovely pizza must be ready, she thought. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks like a supreme pizza. It was lovely, but it was not little. So she stuck her head out the window. Good evening, she said. Would anybody like some pizza? Can you guess what the duck said? Can you guess what the dog said? Can you guess what the cat said? They all said, yes, of course. But the cat scraped most of the topping off of his share. When the pizza was all gone, the Little Red Hen made herself another cup of chickweed tea. Then she asked, now who will help me do the dishes? Can you guess what the dog, the cat, and the duck said? I will. Meow. I will. Quack, quack. Oof. I will, said the dog. And they did. The end. You could probably tell that story ended a little bit differently than the original story of the Little Red Hen. This story, the Little Red Hen makes a pizza. She did all the work, but she was willing to share it with the other animals because she had more than enough. I hope we all do that too. We're all done our fairy tales and folk tales for today. I hope we see you again soon. Be sure to like and follow the Brandy 100 Library on Facebook, as well as Newcastle County Libraries and the Delaware Division of Libraries. Thanks again. I'm going to say goodbye. Can you wave goodbye to Miss B? Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Our time together's done. Goodbye, goodbye. I hope you had some fun. Goodbye, goodbye. Our time together's through. Goodbye, goodbye. I say goodbye to you. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.